Hello and welcome to another Modurol video. This is video MT33 in our series of XK8 videos detailing how we converted our automatic Jaguar XK8 to manual. Now this video is basically an update, a project update where we are at this point. It's the, I think it's November 2025, and I wanted to really explain what I've been up to. I haven't posted for well over a month, and things have been moving slowly, but they have been moving forwards. So first of all, as far as the actual project goes, I've not got round to it really because I did put the car back on the road. I went to Gaydon with one of the breakfast club meets back in the end of October. And that was quite interesting because I wanted to go and meet up with some fellow YouTubers. Hi guys. And also take a look at the Jaguar XKR-R, which is on display there at Jaguar Heritage, which was Jaguar's version of their attempt at a manual track day car. So that was really interesting. I took some pictures of that, trying to look for some inspiration in my build. So what have I done up to now? As you can see, I've actually started rigging up my pedal box and testing the slave cylinder. I've completed the gear selector sensor mechanism. I've fitted a new stainless steel shaft and mounted it on the knuckle. So really I'm down to the point now where I just need to make sure it all fits in the vehicle. So we have actually completed the sensor mounting bracket and the link through to the knuckle. That's all done. This is actually stainless steel with a wire through to a stainless steel bar into a plastic housing with oil-light bushes. It's then mounted on brackets that are bolted to the gearbox. So it's quite substantial, but obviously I don't know whether there is enough clearance in the vehicle. So that is ready for testing basically to see if I've got clearance. So I need to take the automatic gearbox out and test it basically. I've also started rigging up the clutch pipe work to our pedal box. Here I've bolted it just aside. So that's all being tested now. So if I push the pedal, the clutch cylinder should move. Oh, there you go. All I have to do now is just check that the stroke of the brake pedal equates to ½ inch travel on the slave cylinder, which I'm going to do in a moment. So just check the travel of this is my clutch pedal, and that's the full travel. It's roughly 150 millimeters from the forward position to the rear. So I need to check that amount of travel gives us enough to disengage the clutch. So on my mock-up here, I've actually place this block here, which is roughly 150 millimeters from the clutch pedal bottoming out. So when I press it all the way down, that represents 150 millimeters of travel. Obviously it's not the maximum travel for the cylinder, but it's the maximum I've got actually in the vehicle. So when I actually measure how much the cylinder's travelled, I'll just push that back for the moment. So the distance here to the front edge here. So when I'm just pressing the clutch, I'm only getting roughly 9 millimeters of travel. I'm expecting 12, so I need to make sure that's okay. The overall travel is about 24 mil. It's about an inch. I was expecting the travel with the cylinder to be about half of that, ½ inch, but it's not quite. So I need to double check all that. I might have to, we might have to redesign this levering again to equate the 150mm. This 150mm travel is set. It's just the amount of movement of this arm. Obviously, the longer that lever, the more movement I'm going to get, the more the cylinder's going to move. So at the minute, I thought I'd optimize this, but maybe I haven't. I think the only way to really test this is actually in the car. Actually try and disengage the clutch. While we're talking about the clutch, I've actually swapped the clutch from a twin disc clutch to a single disc. It's actually downgraded the clutch because I think the other one was a little bit too harsh, but we'll go into more details of that later when we install the clutch. I've also been sourcing all the missing components. Obviously I've transferred from the Tremec gearbox now to the ZF. So I've had to swap out parts. So now I've got a Quaife diff instead of a 15HU diff I'd needed for the Tremec. I've got the high flow catalytic converters I need for the clearance for the bell housing. That was off Swallows Racing. Obviously the diff was off Simply Performance. I've got a clutch I bought off Roadcraft, the flywheel, a new slave cylinder. Obviously I've got a 4.2 litre rear gearbox mount and a new isolator. So I just about got all the components, so I really need to drop the gearbox out and start presenting some components and see how it all fits together. Well, there you go. I hope you found that interesting. Obviously, I'm going to be posting more videos each and every stage of the project. The next stage really, as I say, is getting the automatic out and presenting the manual gearbox in with checking the sensor clearance and the loom mounting points, etc. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you're enjoying this videos on this series of videos, please like, comment, share and subscribe for more XK8 videos. Bye bye.